Now, people can understand if there was a food, particular food that you put in your body, and it can cause a disease, and most people will be smart enough to stay away from that food. But here, now we're talking about things that can get you spiritually. And I open up STDs, spiritually transmitted diseases, that
I like that.
this affects your heart, your soul, your because people think of it nonchalant, just music. What's the big deal? But now we're hoping that this will open up people's minds even further, where they're seeing it from the entrepreneur, they're seeing it from this other person who's all tattooed up, probably been down that road, and they're talking about it. And this is actually a mercy from our Deen, this way of life. You know, if Prophet Muhammad wants to start bringing people into Islam, he's not going to have all these restrictions, but anything that is prohibited from the Creator that's been told through him, it's things that are harmful for us. So now you have Muslims, for example, in their businesses. For example, the guy wants to bring more people in. He's got a DJ. He's got a DJ, and he's like, you know, he's hung around with another Muslim who's listening to music, and now they got a DJ in the business, and they're kicking it off. Or she starts being around a certain friend, and now that friend is like listening to Muslims, and they're listening to music, and then she starts listening to it, and then you got that. You're in the wrong company. You just give a story, scary story. She goes off. She's probably around the wrong friends. Take off the hijab, and they're going out listening to music. And next thing you know, Allah sends a sign. And wow, really scary story. But and then you know, just freeing yourself from this addiction, because would you say that's what it comes down to? It's an addiction. You're addicted, just like you're addicted to a drug and other gambling and other addictions. And you were there. You were somebody who was there. We're not just talking to some, you know, average person. You were in the Def Jam, Russell Simmons, these kind of people. How do you overcome this? And from some of the things I just jumped around, some of the things that are going through my head while we're watching all this. What are your thoughts from what I just said?
Number one, I agree with you 100%. Number one is it's definitely an addiction. And number two, what did you mention regarding STD?
Spiritually transmitted diseases.
I like that. I'm gonna have to use that, man. Spiritually transmitted diseases, and this is a fact because, as I mentioned before, I believe I mentioned this on the last episode we did, is that the Qur'an purifies the soul. It purifies it from all of its evil, and music does the complete opposite. Even though they do all of those four things together, the Quran does one thing and music does the complete opposite. It causes it causes facade to the soul. It's destroying it from the inside out. So it's destroying you as an individual, destroying us as individuals from the inside out. And every time I speak about this is also a reminder for myself. It's also a reminder for myself because, as you mentioned, it is an addiction for people. It's an addiction.
Addiction, yeah.
It's an addiction so much that for myself, and I believe I remember even you know, there are other du'a that have mentioned the same thing to me, that they can hear a song, just a snippet of it. They can hear a snippet of a song, and the entire song will come back in their head as if they just heard it yesterday. Mm-hmm. And so imagine someone like myself. This is something I battle with every day, Eddie. Mm. And the only thing that helps me and assists me with this is reading the Qur'an. Frequently reading the Qur'an, attaching oneself to the book of Allah, and I cannot stress this more. One of the things that I've mentioned to people a number of times as a cure, I truly believe it's a cure and it's something that will highly assist you, is putting the Qur'an on your ears, you listening to the Qur'an frequently, and even better, listening to the Qur'an while you're looking at the meaning, choosing one of your favorite reciters. You can find any video on YouTube now with so many different reciters. Well, the translation is there. The translation is present. You're listening to the Qur'an while you're looking at the meaning of the Qur'an at the same time. So that way you're getting the effect as if almost like you're an Arab. This is a mercy from Allah, wallahi. I'm telling you, in this day and age, that we have all of this technology that allows us to benefit from many of these things. To be able to put the Qur'an on, for example, and look at and look at the language, look at the translation in the language that you understand at the same time, that's powerful.
Mhm.
You're having it, and just sit there and allow the Quran to rock your heart. Just sit there, listen. Do this 10, 15 minutes a day. Do it more if you can. Just allow the Quran to rock your heart. The same way you will listen to your favorite song, the same way people used to listen to D'Angelo. There's many people that are going to watch this that used to listen to D'Angelo, including myself. I used to like him as an artist, and in fact, his the one who he has children, but I'm not sure if him and Angie Stone. I'm not sure if they were married or not, but I actually met her on a number of occasions.
His wife,
And
that was
Raphael,
his wife or his girlfriend,
yeah,
D'Angelo's
I
girlfriend.
believe they were married. I can't remember if they were married or not, but she just passed away last year or so.
She also passed away.
She just passed away in some sort of accident. So I'm not sure what's going on here, brother.
Hmm.
Sometimes they say things are cancer. That's an entirely different subject.
Hmm.
Sometimes they say a person died from this, and the reality is something different.
Yeah.
And Allah knows best. And that's why, Allah is the knower of the ghaib. He knows what's going on in the ghaib, in the unseen, and we don't know.
Hmm.
And this is the reality. So that's one of the solutions, though, I give to the addiction of the Quran. That is probably the main solution I give. If a person can go to sleep with Quran on their ears, that's good too, because, and I'm not saying they be in a state of ghafla, of heedlessness while listening to the Quran, but rather getting used to listening to the Quran to the point they start to hate listening to music. And this is the point. They listen to the Quran so much to the point they start to hate music. And that will happen over a period of time, inshallah.